Adej, I do want to take our guest's opinion on the other story that we're tracking. I request your indulgence. Please stay with me, gentlemen, because U.S. President Donald Trump hosted Pakistan's Army Chief Asim Munir for a closed-door lunch at the White House yesterday, a meeting that hasn't gone down well with India, even with Indian society. I think the U.S. establishment should know this isn't about government alone and diplomacy alone. This is about how the Indian public will feel about U.S. and Donald Trump. The meeting comes amidst escalating tensions between Israel and Iran. Donald Trump, we are being told, is exploring Washington's possible involvement in this war, and Islamabad is known for its close ties with Iran. But does it mean that Donald Trump will push Munir to back US and Israel actions and go against a Muslim country? Remember, Pakistan has condemned Israel's airstrikes against Iran, but it is likely that America will use Pakistan against Iran. Following that meeting, we are learning from our top diplomatic sources that Trump put forth a list of demands. These include, with tensions rising in the Middle East and growing fears of a full-scale Iran-Israel conflict, he has reportedly asked Pakistan for unconditional military and strategic support, demanding air bases and ground support from Pakistan. Trump even offered Pakistan new security and trade agreements in return. He asked Munir reportedly to say no to China and Russia, engage more in trade only with the US, and assured mediation in Kashmir and Indus Water Treaty related issues. Now, this is of particular interest to India because of the hyphenation that Donald Trump has tried to do between India and Pakistan, but also the fact that there is Brahma Chellaney hypocrisy writ large, isn't it?
Yes, unfortunately, what we are seeing is the return of the infamous U.S. tilt to Pakistan, the Cold War era tilt that became famous in 1971 during the Bangladesh War of Liberation. It began with Biden. Biden was the one who initiated the bailout packages, IMF bailout packages for Pakistan. His administration modernized Pakistan's F-16 fleet to make it more lethal against India. The Biden administration also helped Pakistan exit the FATF gray list. Now, Trump has taken off from where Biden has left, indicating that the U.S. deep state wants to revive the Cold War era U.S.-Pakistan strategic collaboration.
And so this is not just Trump as a rogue element running roughshod on systematic issues and procedures in American administration. Do you think this is very much the U.S. deep state?
Exactly. The Biden administration was the one that played the Khalistan card against India. It was the administration that shared patchy intelligence with Ottawa about Niger. The Biden White House hosted Khalistani activists for a briefing just before Modi arrived last year, in September last year, for the Quad Summit. It was playing the Khalistan card against India, the human rights card against India. All that was out, they're doing it openly.
Okay.
And I think Trump's meeting with Asim Munir sends a potent geopolitical signal, chiefly aimed at India. We should not forget that Munir's invitation to the U.S. predates Israel's war against Iran. So clearly,
they already had plans for him.
Yes.
Mr. Sinha, you want to weigh in on this? Why are we seeing this sudden, or I'm calling this sudden because there was a sense of greater partnership, understanding in Indo-US relationships, right? And suddenly we see this specter where it's almost as if America has forgotten all the history involved. And Brahma Chellaney seems to believe this isn't just, a president who doesn't care much for what has come before him or what may come after him. This is very much the deep state. Then it's a very concerning matter for India.
Well, Shivani, you must remember that Pakistan was midwifed by the West, by the British, supported by the Americans. And since its inception, it has prostrated itself. I'm not going to use a word I used last night in another channel, a similar sounding word. It prostrates itself in front of the highest bidder. And it has been in the American camp, if you could put it that way, right from its inception. You recall Seto, Cento, Baghdad Pact, etc. So even after the Cold War, when 9/11 happened, I was in New York, posted in our Indian mission to the UN. I recall how Musharraf was able to ingratiate himself with the Americans And despite the threat by Armitage that they would bomb Pakistan to the Stone Age if they didn't cooperate, the fact is that Pakistan has been adept, and I use what Mr. Mann had used in that previous debate, run with the hare and hunt with the hound. And they've passed masters of that. As far as the current outreach to Pakistan is concerned, I've read, and I really don't know whether it's, but certain business deals in cryptocurrency and rare earth,
Yes.
etc. A gentleman called Gentry Beach in Florida, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
and his links with people close to the president. That's what I read. I don't know whether it's correct or not, but it makes a lot of sense because when Prime Minister Modi visited in February, the sort of bonhomie, the reception he got was very good.
Sir, can
And
I ask you?
suddenly-
Can I ask you? I have limited time. Very quickly, wouldn't this be sending alarm bells in the Indian diplomatic circles? And if so, how is India supposed to handle this now?
That's why you recall that President Trump called Prime Minister Modi in Canada and asked him to stop by in Washington.
Yes.
Obviously, the idea was to try and mediate and then, claim the success.
Some sort of credit of the, yes.
He realized after speaking to Prime Minister Modi that Prime Minister Modi reiterated that India will never accept mediation, and it has never in the past accepted mediation either. So I think as far as the Indian government is concerned, of course we'd be concerned, but not unduly alarmed. But
Okay.
this is not the first time that the US
Has done something like this. This is a reminder, in fact, Brahma Chellaney, very quickly, I have 30 seconds only, sir. A reminder why India can never trust US fully.
Well, Biden and now Trump are clearly showing that the US is not a reliable strategic partner of India.
Yes.
And by hosting Munir, Trump is legitimizing the Pakistan Army's role, not just domestically in Pakistan, but also in
internationally.
shaping regional security.
Yes.
And Trump is also signaling that his foreign policy will follow his own instincts and strategic calculus, not Indian regional concerns. Those concerns are going to be sidestepped. In effect, India may be a strategic partner of America. This is the message that he's conveying, that it may be a strategic partner of America, but not a veto holder over
Yeah.
US dealings with Pakistan.
But how do they expect us to do any military business with them? Is frankly that boggles my mind to do this, and then to also expect that India will in any way ever strengthen its military buying relationship with America. But I've run out of time. I do thank our guests for joining us.